thank you very much, Justine, for giving me this opportunity to speak for today, this event. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, so I didn't expect we'll actually keep it less casual and more professional. So I prepared slides in a way where we'll just keep everything chill. And yeah, as for today, we're just friends. You can just go easy on your boy Daniel. And for my session, I'll go over what am I doing now, and then after that, my journey, like how I went from a student to Rippling engineer, which is my first job. Um, I would say my journey is not as remarkable as many would think it is, because ultimately I did use the same recipe as Head Start would use in order to train you to become a software engineer. Um, Back then when I was interviewing, I sort of had this like chronic condition where I just stuttered a lot and I can't really express what I want to say. And so I feel like I'm really trapped in my body. Like I might have all the knowledge I have in the world, like maybe you're really prepared for an interview, but if you can't really express that in a during an interview, then it kind of gives all a bad idea that maybe the interviewer thinks that you're not a good partner to work with, or maybe you're just not knowledgeable in some areas that they're quizzing you on. Um, but even though it's not remarkable, I think it's great because that means hopefully you guys can relate to it, and maybe you guys can learn something, some mistakes I have, and perhaps some mistakes I still have to today, and I'm still working on. So without further ado, let me go ahead and explain uh, what am I doing now, and I'll just jump to my journey. So who am I? I am a rookie programmer, software engineer. I've been in the software engineering field for around 2 years now, a little bit over 2 years. And before I joined Rippling, that's my first role. I was studying at my university for the computer science bachelor degree. And yeah, during my times in university, a lot of things were just theoretical. Um, I guess for example, like some lessons I learned in university are like Bloom filters or like very like sophisticated search algorithms like Dijkstra, Bellman Ford, or like you also learn about sort algorithms at university. Um, the thing is, I found out later on that this it got pretty much too theoretical. Um, and the reason why I chose CS was because I thought it's like actually a fine balance of applying things and also you can also theorize a few things out as well, two things at once. Before I was actually a biotech major and I was jumping between physics, then math, and then finally to CS because I was still searching, trying to discover who I am. I actually eventually found out that I do want to put many things I learned in practice. I don't want to just be like a philosopher like without any hammer. Like this, I can't really apply anything. I don't want to be like that later on. Um, and so 2 years in my university, after I switched to becoming a software engineer, like computer science course, yeah, yeah. Then I was trying to find out how do I jump into it. I didn't really know like how a software engineering field was like. So what I did, I just absorbed as much theory as possible, and then yeah, only for it to backfire during interviews. So so here it is. So my journey during my training, how I prepare for it. I just Googled like online, like what can I expect during an interview, and into interview, I was told that I should read up the cracking and coding interview book. I should also read up the system design interview, and I should also work on leak code as many problems as possible. Um, of course, like since I was mostly heads down and I didn't have too many mock interviews, I didn't really reach out to for help. I didn't develop much of my soft skills as much, and as you probably see now, I'm still lagging behind on soft skills. Um, so even though it made sense, like the author told me to do this and that, don't do this in a certain interview, remember these ideas. Even though all that made sense, I guess theoretically, I just couldn't really put it into practice. I just sort of start breaking down during interviews. Um, and in LeetCode, what I did is I just go back and forth on many easy and hard problems. Granted, I can't really solve all the hard problems. Some of the hard problems are like very nuanced, like they might require you to sort in a very specific way. Which in the actual interview, interviewers don't really look for that. They just want to like find out overall if you're a good person to work with, and if you're just like proficient or apt at coding. That's all they're looking for, pretty much. And beyond that, they just look at your resume, and then it just adds up from there. Um, so yeah, so before I found all that out, I was just like cramming in LeetCode problems. I was just going through easy problems, and as I was doing easy problems, I kind of gassed myself up, thinking that like, hey, nothing can really scare me anymore. I could pass all my interviews now. But then once I get to the hard problems, well, I start failing. Then I was like, okay, maybe I should go back to the easy ones just to gas myself up again. So yeah, just a rinse and repeat, only until the actual interview came. And yeah, the actual interviews, that's where is a problem. And I think I wish I had a head starter from the very beginning. What's special about head starter, at least I've seen from the beta so far, is they actually let you like speak aloud. You speak aloud and you get like actual feedback from an AI that's trained by actual interviewers or software engineers who have already been in the field for a long time. Um, for me, like I think I sharpened too much on technical the aspect of interview, but for every interview, there's always like a soft skill aspect because the interview is like a two-way street. Like the interviewer, yeah, that's right. They're also trying to interview you to make sure you're a good partner to work with, but you also have to find out in the end that you're also interviewing the interviewer, because you also want to make sure that you're getting what you want and you're not just applying for the sake of just passing all the coding challenges and everything. You're actually applying for the roles that you're applying for. Um, so so how I eventually got off from there, how I eventually landed Rippling. Honestly, I didn't really train. I got better from it. I actually kept on going that path and just kept stuttering until like Rippling just gave me a chance. They believed in me that I could actually improve on my soft skills, and hopefully I have. So thank you, Rippling, if you're watching. And yeah, as I guess now that I'm an interviewer in Rippling, I kind of learned behind the scenes like what's going on, what's the mindset of interviewers, and what are they expecting for during each round. And for interviewers, I guess back then how I view interviewers are like they're always like I thought interviewers were really like finding flaws at you. Like they're always they're always trying to nitpick and find a way to see like they can how to disqualify you. I guess I had that negative mindset back then. But now that I'm like more of a now that I'm an interviewer at Rippling right now, I sort of like understand that I should just view everything more positively. Like interviewers are trying to find a way to justify why you should join the company. At least I can speak for that for myself in Rippling. Um, and and yeah, I think if there's anything I'd like to change, if I could like tell my past self what I could do differently, I would definitely reach out more, have more mock interviews. I think Steven summarized it as well as Karen. Net worth. Your network is your net worth. I think that's the quote. Um, I think that's very true. Um, if you, I guess, like if you were to go along the path where you just stay heads down, and just practice purely on coding challenges and all the technical aspects of an interview, I feel it wouldn't bring you as far as soft skills. Because soft skills, it brings you like greater network, and from the network, you just curate more information better. And I feel like whoever has more information, the better you can curate information, the better you become, the better engineer you become. Because information is just at your grasp. You don't have to keep hunting information, and it's very likely that the information you get is comprehensive because the people that's applying the information, they already, yeah, they already did the work for you. You know, like they already like filtered out all the noise away from it. Like maybe things that are like you don't really need to know, and things that you should know for a certain topic. Um, and yeah, I guess. And then the last thing, these are pretty much three bullets I takeaways. I'm pretty much emphasizing on soft skills because I believe everyone can always get good at the coding challenges and the technical aspect. It just with time you will get it. Like you will get a strong resume and you'll get stronger at solving coding challenges. I think it's just a matter of soft skills that needs improvement. You just have to actively improve on that. That won't improve over time. So yeah, hopefully just